Internet, Oleg here again, and welcome to my next episode. Today we're gonna talk about battery power packs. So it's the summertime outside, everybody's going out, and sometimes when you go outside, your worst case scenario is then you open up your phone and your battery is almost zero out, or you have 5% left, and you forgot to charge your phone. So in that case, there is a lot of alternative solutions which will help you on the run. Then you're outside and you don't have access to power outlets, then you will have your power banks coming up to the rescue. There are lots of them on the market, and I'll show you what I have and been using all this time. Let's look at them closer and see which one is actually good for what kind of environment and what kind of purpose. Because some of them are more portable, some of them are actually more for travel. So I have a few of those, and I'm gonna share this information with you based on my knowledge and experience. First power bank to review is called ZAGG. That's how it looks. It's a little brick. So it's got some advantages over the big brothers, and the first and most important advantage is the weight and the size. It's very compact. You can see this thing is very compact. It's got outlet integrated right into the block, and it's very important because this time you don't have to actually connect it or watch for any other USB devices to connect. You can just plug it in right into the outlet and then it will charge. While it's charging, it will have access to those two USB ports which you have on the back. One of them is optimized. That's the one you want to use most of the time because that will tolerate and actually get your power going up, and then the phone is going to be almost charged. It will slow down. The other one is more or less standard. It's called general output, and this one has no power control whatsoever. The button here indicates the charge. Right now you will see that there are 3 LEDs leading up, so that means that roughly for 3 charges it will be okay. So usually I will charge them up to all 4 of them be ready, and then it will hold up to 4 charges, or even maybe 5 if you're lucky. Then you're gonna get 5 charges out of this for the iPhone. So from the wattage perspective, this thing is not very powerful. It's only, I think, 7500 milliamps, so it's not too big for the actual charging. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna charge the iPhone, and I got this device here to measure the current and everything. So just connect that to this one here, which is gonna be our standard use. Alright, and to start the charge you have to press the button here. So it will activate the device. Alright, and as you can see, the actual voltage is 4.9, so it's not very stable. Usually you would expect 5.1 or 5.0, but this one is 492, is dropping down. This will actually probably need charging very soon. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna connect the second device, which is my iPad, over here on a standard charge, and see how this voltage will drop. Right, then I'm just gonna go that, connect, and just press again, and it doesn't even go. See, it doesn't go anywhere. So iPad is not charging, it's nothing. And right now, as I check the buttons here, the charge is already 2, so that's obviously indication for me that this actual brick is needed to be charged. So let's go and rechange that. So change those here and get those connected over here. And as you can see, my iPhone is still charging, but my iPad is not. The power is not enough to charge the iPad. It's not charging. Alright, so, but in general, that's a very good device. It's very good for iPhones, it's very good for travel. Like I said, the most advantage I have on this one is this particular socket over here that I can connect it to outlet wall right away, and then just got this thing charged. So let's put it back to charge and look on a different power bank which I was using as well. Alright, the next device which I have is ZAGG. ZAGG is basically the USB power bank, but the thing which I actually looked at it and I was hoping to use it and rely on it is a solar panel over here. The manufacturer claims that this solar panel is used to actually add up the charge to this device while you're outside and you expose this power bank to the sun. the indication over here will lead up saying that the thing is being charged by the sun, but to my experience that's probably just a gimmick on the power cell of that size, because it will not charge fast enough to actually charge your phone at the same time. Or even if you keep it on the sun for an hour or two and then you start your charging, this thing will die right away, basically saying that there is not enough charge. So it will rely on the charge which you will use to actually charge over here. On a port there is a micro USB, and that port is used to charge the power bank, and there are two ports for USB which are allowed to actually output the voltage and charge the other devices. So let's do that. So we're gonna connect one of the power banks over here, and as you can see, indication right away going in 4.96, 0.99 amp, and the indication shows that there are 4 LEDs here, so it's almost fully charged right now. But once I connect the other one, so let's connect the secondary device, which is my iPad, which is more demanding. Again, it's not enough. See here, it's not charging. Maybe it's my cable. Nope, it's not my cable, it's just not charging. So let's go here and try this different cable. Connect that. And this one is charging, so the amps is still 0.97, 4.95, so the whole thing is dropping down very fast. But it is charging, so maybe it is my cable over here. Let me change the cable first. Okay, now you got that, people more on the low note sides. Alright, no problem. So as you can see right now, this device is charging as well. I got that to charge. It's doing already 11%. Charging is pretty fast on this, even though two ports are basically 1 amp each. So it's still barely enough to charge the iPad, and it's okay to charge the iPhone. So this device is actually 10,000 milliamp, and again, I bought it just because of the solar array, hoping it will use the solar array to charge while the thing is sitting outside, but it's barely used at all. It's basically useless. I contacted the manufacturer on this and they sent me that particular note. So they said that it's basically just complimentary charge and you don't have to rely on this one, and it will not be used to actually charge a lot inside the battery pack. So you better charge it using USB, micro USB over here, and then use it on the go. The good thing is, for the actual camping inside, it's got flashlight over here. So if you hold and press this button, it will use flashlight, and you can actually use that. And at the same time, you can still charge the devices. Of course, the battery charge will go off much faster right now, because I'm charging iPad, charging this iPhone 7. But I'm still doing like more or less okay. I'm doing 4.87 volt, 0.98 amp, alright, on this. And I'm using all the power which is extended in this particular power bank. So it's not bad, it's good. But again, this is not gonna be used at all. This is just a pure gimmick. Alright, so you press and hold, it will light off. And now let's look on the next devices which I have, which is more interesting in terms of the reliability and the name, because those you can get on Dragon, and the other one you can get on Amazon, as well as the other two which I'm going to review. All the links on these devices I'm gonna put in the description down below. So if you want to check them out, and when we rate them up, we'll see which one is the best. Alright, so the other two devices which I have are MOPHIE. This is very well-known brand name. One is a MOPHIE POWERSTATION Plus XL. The reason I got this is because it's got the power cord right integrated into MOPHIE itself. Plus it's got 48 hours output, and it's got one cable which is connected standard USB. You can connect any standard USB here. Plus you got integrated micro USB and Lightning, which you can use to connect some other devices, and that cord is always here, you don't have to search for it. So this one is very compact, very light. As you can see, it's going up on a small tablet up to 14 hours, and 48 hours on a smartphone, and 10 hours on a large tablet. So it's pretty good, and the output is 2.1 amp, which is very good as well. So it's very unique and kind of universal device if you want to take it with you on the travel. I would highly recommend you use this because it's slick form factor, it's very good manufacturing quality, it's built for quality and built for last. Of course, if you drop it, it's probably gonna fail, but don't drop your chargers. The batteries usually don't like that when they get dropped. Right, so let's look at that. That's the device, and you have here the indicator on the charge. You press on this little button, it will show up the indication of the charge, and it's got MOPHIE logo on it, and this is the cable, right? So it's always integrated into the body, and it's going like that, and it's pretty long as well. As you can see, you can extend that, and it's that long. So at the end, by default, you will have the lightning connector, which connects to your iPhone or your iPad for that matter. So both will charge. So let's connect here, and as you can see, it's blinking up right away, so it's charging. And also, if you connect it to the iPad, iPad will be charged as well. This one lasts pretty long because it's very powerful power bank. Like, it's got 12,000 milliamp on this battery pack. So plus we can look on the we can check how voltage is going on the under the load. So I'm gonna connect this one to charge the iPhone, right? And the one which would have the connection for actual device to measure the amperage is to this port on the back. Alright, and that we're gonna see it's going right now 501, so it's more stable that way. Alright, and this one we connect to iPad. As you can see, voltage also dropped 4.92, the amperage is 126 right now. Yeah, 126, 138, 492 on the voltage. Right, it's getting 321 milliamp right now, milliamp hour. So if we disconnect the iPhone, nothing much happens. So the amperage is going up a little bit, 1.4, but the voltage is still staying 4.91. Alright, so that's the device for MOPHIE XL Plus. That's the actual one which I take always with me when I travel. So the next device is MOPHIE POWERSTATION XXL. This one's got over 100 hours on extra battery charge on the phone, and it's a very powerful device. So this is 20,000 milliamp hours. It's got 3 USB outputs. It's got 20 plus hours on tablet, 28 on small tablet, and over 100 hours on the iPhone or any other small phone. So this got multiple two I think ports which are 2.1 amps, one port which is for super fast charging. Yeah, one port for priority charging, and it's got 3 USB connection port with an output of 2.1 amps. It's got aluminum finish as well, very nice, very slick, a little bit heavy. So that's the device itself. As you can see, all the ports are marked. This is 1 amp, this is 2.1, and this is 2.1 smart and priority charge. So this is the one we're going to be using most. That one is for iPhone and small phones. Again, like MOPHIE design everywhere, this is the connection port which you use to charge the whole power station, which is micro USB. And there is an indication over here of the current charge, which is fully charged right now. So let's look how it's going to go under the stress. So now I have the iPad connected. As you can see, iPad is being charged right now, has an indication that it's charging right there. Right there, and it's charging. Right. And also I got the amperage is showing 124 on the power priority, which is 2.1 amp maximum. 1.3 right now, 1.34, so it's going up and down. The voltage is 4.92, and I also got on a second outlet, I got iPhone charged. This is 15% already, and it's being charged using this 2.1 amp. Let's see if I can charge more. I'm gonna use the port number 3 and get another iPhone connected, and it started to get charged as well. Yeah, see here, charging. So 3 devices total. That device is powerhouse. If you're going for the long trip, I would highly recommend to take this one with you. That's it for today's review. It's a very quick video of the power banks and their description of the power banks and their qualities. So some of them are very small and mobile, like ZAGG. You can take it anywhere with you. It's very small, very lightweight. I highly recommend if you go travel and take this with you, because this output connector is a magic thing. It will save you a lot of time. So also, if you go on a trip and somewhere which you have to get the lights or something like that on the camping, Dragon is not bad. It's 10,000 milliamp, and the only thing is that don't really rely on the power cell over here on the solar, but the rest of it is pretty good. If it is charged, it will be working very well for you. And the two big guys are the MOPHIE Power XL, which is very nice, and it's got cable which is always with you. If you don't have to search for it, it's always ready to charge your phones. Plus you got normal USB over here. Again, charging is done not via USB-C but via micro USB over here, and the charge on this power bank is pretty fast as well. It's charging fast and it's reliable, and it's aluminum body, and it's pretty rigid as well, so you don't have to really worry about it. And the last one is a powerhouse of Power XXL. So this one is very good power bank. I highly recommend that if you go on a long trip, because that's gonna last you almost 100 hours plus on the iPhone charge, and if you use tablets and stuff, then it will be using that for 48 hours or more. So it's very good. It's not very heavy, but it's still kind of my traveler power bank. When I'm going outside of the country, that's the one I take with me. Alright, that's it for today's review of the power banks. I shared the information about the power banks which I own and which I used extensively, so I can tell you from the experience which one is good, which one is not so good. If you like this video, you know what to do. You click this like button, share it with your friends. If you don't like it, you also know what to do. So thanks for watching and staying with me till the end of this video. Share the information about your power banks, which one you prefer, what is your brand, what is your favorite power bank to use, and for what occasion and why. If you put this in the comments down below, I will read them and highly appreciate your input on this video. Alright, I'll see you in the next technical review very soon. Until then, peace.